Okay guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, and what a day is today. Today we have the announcement of the next gen release for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and also some very important information about the Season Pass 2. Now we're gonna watch the trailer in a second, but first and foremost we need to cover the most important part of this video at the start of the video. And that is that now we know for a fact that the Season Pass 2 is going to have three new story arcs. It's gonna have the Bardock Alone Against Fate story arc, and then a second story arc and a third story arc, all within the Season Pass 2 package. And you may be wondering why this is such a good news. Well, effectively because this is not a boss story like mission or like boss battle story, basically. Like, remember, like in in Season Pass 1 we had DLC 1, DLC 2, which was more like boss battle episode effectively, which is just like a 3 hours of content, and then just Trunks was a proper story with a new scenario. So this is a new story arc, which means it's going to be new characters, new areas, new missions, new leveling up system, new abilities, everything effectively for these characters for each season DLC in each iteration. So the first one, the second one, and the third one, all of them are going to be approximately 10 to 15 hours long, more or less, just like the Trunks story, which means that the whole Season Pass 2 is going to be around 30 to 40 hours long, depending on how fast you play it, if you want to finish all the side missions, if not, if you want to replay it again, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it. So effectively, just imagine for a second, we are talking about literally almost 40 hours of new Dragon Ball Z Kakarot content, alright, in a Season Pass, and that is awesome. Okay, now rest assured, it is coming, the Season Pass 2, for everything. So it's coming from the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Switch, Steam, Stadia temporarily, I guess, until the service obviously discontinues in Stadia next year, and of course Xbox as well. So it's coming on all of the platforms, so don't worry about that. Right now the question is, which other story arcs we could see? I mean, I would be really excited about Dragon Ball GT, although it's not Z, it's GT, is still kind of linked to Z, so that would be great. So GT would be my choice. Broly, obviously Broly, I think Broly is definitely going to be there. I'm pretty sure Broly will be there because he is such an important pivotal part of Goku's growth, so Broly has to be there. And then the next one could be, for example, Cooler, because you have Cooler and Metal Cooler. So Cooler actually is a really good one because it's a very intense story, lots of combat, and the story is very rich. So Cooler and Metal Cooler could be also a new DLC. Also, they could introduce a DLC based on one of the movies, potentially Janemba, to give an example. So you could have different options there. You could have lots of different options. My point of view, my personal point of view, is that they should do one for Broly, and they should really experiment and do one for GT, just to see how people react, because GT is one of these, I guess, effectively animes which is underrated effectively. But let's just watch the trailer, because we talked about this and I explained to you guys why this is so important, and it's a new story arc. This is key, guys, to understand the length of the DLC. Let's go to the trailer, because the trailer as always shows more stuff, and also 60 FPS, which is really cool.
Peggy 12.
地球って言ったな。まあまあの星じゃないか。
サイヤ人は一匹たりとも生かしてはおかないよ。
どうだ、生まれ変わった私のパワーは。
邪魔だよ。消えちゃえ。
Next gen, okay, and now look at that, look at this 60 FPS. Good.
セルのルー。これまでいろんなやつと戦ってきたけど、この世にはまだまだすんげえやつがいるかもしんねえ。ほら、ワクワクしてきた。よし、もっともっと強くなっぞ。
There we go, guys, and the release is the come on, show it 13th of January 2023. So literally the game, the next gen launch of the game is coming literally in just over 3 months. That's really soon. So that means that the Season Pass 2, I think, most likely, because it says coming soon, alright, says here, that means that it could be coming at some point maybe around just after January, because obviously it says PS5 there, so obviously it's going to be released after the PlayStation 5 release, alright, the of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. So my guess is that, yeah, approximately, I guess, towards the end of January or start of February, we could see the first DLC coming out, and then the second one at some point in summer, maybe potentially like July, August, and then the last one at some point in winter, as in November, December, okay, which would be really good because they can spread out and then have basically Dragon Ball Z Kakarot content for the whole year. So guys, exciting, this is really exciting, this is really good, and also, like I said before, this is hype because we are getting, like I said before, at least minimum, and this is just a minimum 30 to 40 hours of content, okay, and that's just awesome. And you never know, maybe they may, in these new DLCs, they're going to introduce maybe like some new online modes, for example. That will be great, or just a free update. That will also be nice, because the game sold, I believe now, over 6 million or 7 million units, so the game has sold a bunch of units and copies online, and obviously on Steam, on PlayStation, on Nintendo Switch. So with this new Season Pass 2, the game is going to sell even more, so we're looking at potentially reaching over 10 million sales by the end of 2023. So yeah, a game with a lot of profit. So guys, that's it for today's video. As always, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we're going to cover all Dragon Ball Z Kakarot news information as soon as it becomes freaking available. And as always, I shall see you later in the next upload. Bye.